Hey everybody, it's Videobob, and we're doing a completely different kind of video today. We're not doing anything about cars or Rolls Royces or DeLoreans or anything, but people who know me know that I love to cook, I love to eat. You don't get a body like this by just lying around the house. It takes years of work. Yes. Now, one of my favorite cooking, now I'm here with Chef Joey.
Hey guys.
Celebrity Chef Joey Allette, who works with, what is your place called? It's called
Team Building with
Team
Taste.
Building with Taste.
Yeah.
I wanted to say Cooking with Taste. That's what we're doing today.
That's right.
And people will recognize him locally here, the Dallas-Fort Worth area, for being on Fox 4, and Taste of Dallas, and the Fair
CBS,
Park.
you bet.
Yeah, you're on all those channels.
Any random street corner
So-
selling elotes, you never know.
So we share our love of music and food.
That's right.
I have my Blackstone griddle here, which is where I love to do my, it's steaming, it's hot.
Oh yeah.
It's real hot. And we do the holy trinity of vegetables. You know, we got the mushrooms, bell peppers, onions, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of olive oil. Now, we're here to show off this new toy of mine. Now, in full disclosure, this was sent to me as a gift from Northfire that's called the Inferno. It's a little broiler. You know, it's like what they use in commercial kitchens, like a salamander cooker.
High temp salamander.
When you go to these higher end steak places, they will typically have a large broiler with a shelf, sometimes with a sear plate on top, put the steak up on there. They'll put it in the broiler, and you know, this thing's operating at about 1,500 degrees, and there's really no way to replicate that restaurant experience in the home, because your home oven will only get up to 500 degrees. Even if you have a toaster oven, it won't get any higher than that. Now, traditionally, when I'm doing my steaks, I do the reverse sear method. I'll put them in the oven, get them to about 100 degrees or so, then I'll come out here and sear it on this plate and flat grill it. A lot of people like to do it over the grill, get those char marks on there, or they want to slow cook it. But I find dealing with a prime steak, as you know, a prime steak is better than a choice because it has much more marbling throughout the muscle. And if you can get it to a high enough temperature quick enough, that fat will render and cook that steak all the way through the way you want it to cook.
Absolutely. And you'll get that beautiful crust. And that'll help seal everything in.
Yeah, because the trick here is sealing the steak and then letting the heat continue cooking. Let the fat cook your steak while it rests.
So residual cooking. Residual cooking,
yes. Now, to get things started off here, I'm going to go ahead and throw my vegetables on. We got the Inferno up to, it's glowing, it's an infrared thing. I use olive oil.
It's probably 100 degrees out here right now.
It's pretty hot, yeah.
That thing is crazy.
That's why it's called the Inferno. It is, you can see it glowing in daylight.
Definitely something you want to do outside.
Yeah, you can't use this thing inside. Don't use it inside, I don't recommend.
Unless you have a commercial grade, a vinegar type thing.
Yeah.
To pull out the heat and the smoke.
And honestly, I got to be honest, you know, I know these aren't maybe designed to be used commercially, but if I had a steak restaurant, I would have a row of these.
Or if you had a nice little cafe or a nice bistro and you wanted to do steaks or whatever.
Because this small unit, it's only about $500, and thank you for the gift, Northfire INFERNO. $500, still $500, but they make bigger units. So if you need a bigger unit to do a lot of steaks, this one is only made to do like one big steak or two small steaks, which is all me and my wife Rachel would ever eat. But we got Joey over here. We're going to cook a bunch of different steaks to try it out. Now, I have never used this thing before. This is going to be the first time we've ever used it. I got it heating up right now. One of the things I'm going to do before I get started, I'm going to throw these vegetables on just to get them out of the way, because we got to get those done. Oh, I love that sound.
That sound we're talking about right there. Oh, yes.
Bang. Throw a little cracked pepper on there.
Bob's got all the cool devices. We got, oh, look at that, look at that. Videobob Bay. Videobob Bay. There you go. I like it.
That's the sound you want to hear.
And for those of you who don't know, we call this Sunday Fun Day. Bob does this every single Sunday. It's his tradition that he cooks for he and his wife Rachel. And if you're honored to be invited over, you better come over to Videobob's house for Sunday Fun Day.
Believe it or not, a lot of the customers that buy my cars, they'll fly into town to visit my shop. I invite them to stay for the weekend. So, hey, you want to buy a car for me? Come over. I'll cook for you just like this.
That'll seal the deal.
That seals the deal every time. All right, so Northfire was kind enough to give me this cool apron, which he's wearing. Now, there's a story with this apron. Who's the person that made this for me?
Okay, so a good friend of mine, his name is Christian Brooks, and he grew up with Stevie Ray Vaughan here in Dallas, and he was one of his best friends growing up. Well, he actually made the SRV strap that Stevie wore, and Billy Gibbons, and Kenny Wayne Shepherd, you name it. And so for Videobob's, actually Video Mom reached out to me It was for your birthday or Christmas? Was it birthday?
I don't remember.
It was one of the holidays.
I was probably drunk.
Something, no, you don't drink. So, high on life, I'm sure. And she reached out to me. She said, Joey, I want to have, I see all the cool things. I buy a lot of my guitarist friends and drummer friends, things that are made by Christian. And I went to Christian, I said, this is Videobob. This is his style. And Videobob has all these
same guy that made Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff made this.
Exactly. There you go. And then he made this.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, coincidentally, happens to be buried just like right down the street from me at Laurelland Cemetery. That's right. So now you know where I live.
Christian Brooks, check him out.
All right. We haven't used this thing before. I want to go ahead and lubricate this plate. They give you this little, Now you see this whole thing comes out so you can wash it in the dishwasher. I'm going to put a little olive oil.
It comes with 2 different drip trays. A shallow drip tray and a deeper drip tray.
You can see how hot this thing is. The oil is boiling immediately.
By the way, this is a coconut oil, which is a high tip oil. You want to use a high, if you're going to put oil in this, you definitely want to use a high smoke pot oil, like avocado oil.
I would have rather used an avocado oil or something, but I didn't have it available to me.
The coconut oil is still a pretty good one, but you can see that it's burning right off of there.
Since this is our first try, let's try this. This is a prime New York strip.
Oh, yeah, it's a beauty.
I've seasoned it with nothing but salt and pepper.
All right, we get the timer?
Oh, yeah, we're supposed to time this for a minute. Now I'll probably edit this down as well. But so the theory of this thing is you want to cook your steak for 1 minute per side. This steak is about 1.5 inches.
Yeah, that's a steak. That's a good steak.
Or maybe 2 inches. So I think we'll go a little bit more than that. Ooh, you can smell it already.
Wow.
We're getting some of that oil burn off. And I want to get done with these vegetables so we can close this thing up. But that's
And Bob cooks
beauty.
Al dente. He doesn't overcook them. They still have a little bit of bite, a little bit of crunch, a little kickback when you bite into them. Perfect.
I want to throw a bone to Costco. The Kirkland olive oil is about the purest olive oil that you can buy. I saw a thing on 60 Minutes where they talked about most of the olive oil out there is fake.
Crap. Yep.
That are blends, the canolas. Yep. And this is pure olive. This is the best olive oil you can get. So free plug for Costco. I also buy my meat from the Costco because their prime steaks are just the best value. You just can't beat them. We also got some rack of lamb over there we're going to try. All right, what's our timer saying?
Timer right here, sir. Boom!
That's 1 minute. Right, I could almost tell just from looking at it. Look at this thing. It's already... Wow. Look at that. Oh, my God.
Wow. Ha ha!
Okay, that's good. All right. So these are about... That's crazy, like literally a minute. That thing is like cooked.
I'm blown away, man. Wow.
Wow.
Normally in a commercial, commercial setting, that would take 3 minutes. That's amazing.
That thing is hot. 1,500 degrees.
I'm just blown away.
I'm impressed. So, using this Blackstone griddle. Now, Blackstone did not give me this. I had to pay for this thing. This is the stainless steel one. So, Blackstone, why don't you hook me up with one? I built this lid, by the way. They don't make a lid for their grill. I had to make the lid myself out of aluminum.
James, how many are you?
I'm Blackstone griddle lover for life. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cover this thing up. I'm done with the grill. All right, where are we at on the timer?
We have... Boom.
Bang!
How about that?
Do I know my stuff? I do.
Right.
So I'm going to side stab this thing.
Right.
And it's still showing pretty cool center. So what do you think? It's showing like 63 degrees in the middle there.
I'm thinking that you have a hell of a sear on it. What I would recommend now is I'd recommend
putting it lower?
Put it lower, and we'll finish it lower. Since you're cooking from the top, that'll give it more of a convection type cook.
I think that's about as low as I can go right there. Okay. Now what I could do is I could turn the heat down on it if I wanted to.
Take the drip pan? Oh no, that's not.
Well, I could take the drip pan out. There's another drip pan.
Well, you lower the drip pan.
Or I can, but let me turn the temp down. How about that? I'm going to turn the temp down.
There you go.
Now, the mistake that we made on this steak is that I didn't let it sit out long enough. It was, shut up, bird! I'm making a video. Anyway, the mistake I made is I didn't let it warm up enough. So like the temperature of this steak, and it's a 2-inch steak, I mean, it's at 64 degrees. It's not like frozen,
Right.
but I would have preferred it was more room temperature. Which
You don't want to leave it in the front seat of your car or anything, but room temperature, that way when you go to sear it, it's not, you don't have the super hot, the super cold, and that whole thing, so it will sear at a better temperature at room temperature. Yes, I'm a retired chief health inspector, and all you amateur health inspectors, I know you're whipping my ass now, but no, trust me, room temperature is fine.
now, you know what some of my fans don't know about me is I used to run a restaurant in downtown Dallas, so I was a certified food manager, and we had the highest health score of any restaurant in downtown Dallas. We only lost points because I had a mop bucket in the back with water in it. That was 2 points.
Was that Justin Bieber back there peeing in it?
No, I don't know. No, nobody was peeing it. We just didn't empty the bucket.
Must have seen that video, Justin Bieber.
No, is there? I don't know.
Yeah, he didn't get it.
I don't get it.
All right, so I bet also with a thinner steak, obviously with a thinner steak, if you have
I'm gonna put the heat back
a
on.
1-inch steak, or I can't wait to try these lamb chops. Put these French lamb chops in there and see what happens. I bet you
All right, now,
these will be ready in 2 minutes.
It's rocking at about 103.
Yeah, okay.
I like my steak to get to about 140. That might be too much, but for the steak about this thick.
130, 140.
So I'm gonna go ahead and let it cook just a little bit more, just a little bit more. And you know, the video that the Inferno guys showed when they did their steak, they were using like a half-inch thick steak, right? You put a half-inch, maybe a 1-inch steak that's already at 80 degrees room temperature, that thing's gonna be done in 2 minutes.
Absolutely.
This is a 2-inch thick primed sirloin, and it's just taking just a wee bit longer. And here's something that I do sometimes. I toss my steak into my vegetables.
Okay.
I let it rest.
Why not?
I let it rest in there.
It's called infusing, getting all those onions and all those
Yes.
peppers, all those flavors in there. Absolutely.
So I'm gonna move this
So
back
what
up.
we're doing now is this is called the residual cooking part, where although it was only 125 degrees in there, it will continue cooking up to 130 degrees. That way it'll be. How are those working out for you?
NORTH-FIRE gave me these high heat. I'm telling you, I'm touching this, nothing.
No, nice.
Order these when you get the grill.
Absolutely.
Also, they offer a cover for this thing. I highly recommend the cover because if you're gonna leave it outside, because you don't want to bring this in the house. If you're gonna leave it outside, they got a nice thick cover and also an apron. So get that as well. So let's go. These are also pretty thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on there. Ooh, they're already sizzling. I might be able to put, you know what, I'm gonna put all 3 of them on there. How about that? All 3 of them. And I don't want them too close. All right.
Now you turn down the heat.
Well, I turned it back up.
Yeah,
It's
turn it back
rocking.
up.
Oh my God,
It's
it's cranked.
And let me tell you, when he preheated this bad boy, literally within 2 minutes, it was on point. It was hot that fast. That's impressive.
You know what's cool about this is, one of my other channels I have is Videobob's RV and Bus channel,
Go check it out.
where I talk about stuff that I travel in a Prevost tour bus. If you're on Facebook and you join the Prevost owners group, I'm the administrator there. And this would be a great thing for tailgating, taking with you to games, or carrying with you in an RV or a bus or something like that, because it doesn't take up a lot of space. And, it's really not making a lot of mess. And I'm not getting a ton of smoke off of this thing.
And you know how you cook everything on the Blackstone, all your veg and stuff? Who says you couldn't put it in one of those pans right there while it's heating up? And,
Well, you could.
And then your meat juices and all that, and that would help infuse the flavor.
You definitely can. I mean, they have a lot of recipes that NORTH-FIRE
I bet
offers
they
where
do.
you make an au jus down here, throw a garlic clove in there that's crushed with a little butter.
A little butter?
Use actual butter, a little Kerrygold.
A little splash of red wine?
Oh yeah, you put a little sherry in there if you want to. Throw some mushrooms in there, let them sizzle. I just do salt and pepper. We didn't do the timer, but it doesn't matter. You look at it. It's probably been about a minute. I'm gonna let them keep going. I want a little bit more crust on them.
Grill marks too.
Oh yeah. I was just bragging about how the steak's sitting there after it's resting, 138 degrees.
Perfect. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Perfect.
Wow. Residual cooking. There you go.
So let's residually check these out. I'm noticing now, not to knock on these guys, but this one on the outside isn't catching as much heat. So probably, I'm putting too much in here. You know what I mean? I should probably swap this around, and with these crazy gloves, I can do this. This plate's probably 1,500 degrees, and I'm touching it with my bare hands. Okay, it's hot. I can feel it. I mean, but I was just touching that metal plate. With these are some awesome ass gloves. Order these. There's links to this on the video description. You can order all this stuff directly in the video description. All right, now let's see what the center of this thing is.
Hell of a sear on those.
All right, we're at like 101. We could probably.
I'd give it another.
I'm going to give it a
seconds.
little bit more.
Right, and then that residual cooking there.
And I'll let them, yeah.
My only concern, I mean, especially on the outside, obviously, you can't get that sear. Yeah, you can't get that sear on the edges. But
Well, you could if I guess I stacked them up in there.
right. I bet you if you pushed it in all the way.
Now, you know, what I suppose really the trick is if you're doing the gig like me, right? So the stainless steel table I bought from Sam's. This is a great Seville Classics table.
Great
I
set.
recommend them.
Great set.
I've got my Blackstone here, and then I have a regular commercial char griller over here. You can't see this out of camera. It's a gas grill for grilling kebabs or whatever. I used to do steaks on there until I discovered this method.
And Bob fabricated the top to this.
I
blade,
made
so
this
he made
lid, yeah. I made it out of aluminum. But what I probably should have done is if I'd have kept the grill going, I could have seared the edges. But you know what? It's doing a good enough job. And really, this is the small version. It's made for just making 1-2 small steaks. I put too many in there, quite frankly.
That's all right. We're testing.
But you know, this is my first time ever using it.
Here, Bob.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Those,
Look at that
yeah,
brown.
those. Wow, wow, wow.
Wow. There, get your camera. Get some of the close up of that. I'm pulling about.
I'm just like so blown away. I just like mesmerized.
You need one of these at your
Yep.
place.
I do. $500 sounds like a steal for this 1,500 degree Inferno.
I'm going to lower it one notch, and I'm going to let it keep cooking just a little bit. I want to get it to about 105, 110.
I'm looking forward. I brought these lamb chops. And I've already Frenched them. I've already prepped them, seasoned them up. I'm looking forward to trying these bad boys.
Those are going to
in
cook
here.
fast.
Oh yeah.
You could probably set that on here, and that'll even warm them up a little more. Because this probably still got some heat on it.
Oh yeah.
I'm loving this thing. What do you think? Now, you're a professional chef.
Right.
I mean, you know, I don't know. Could you use this in a restaurant?
Depending on the size of the restaurant, also depends on the volume, of course. But I mean, wow.
I don't know. You know, I don't know if it has certification that it can be used professionally.
I
or
don't know
not.
if it's NSF or commercially approved, but yes, it is. I believe it is.
I mean, that's something that they would have to answer, and maybe they make a NSF
But it does put
version.
off, it does put off smoke and the heat, so you would have to definitely have it underneath a commercial bin hood.
There's not a lot coming out, though. Not
Yeah,
much.
but,
But indoors,
that heat, yeah, that heat, it's
But this
crazy
thing is
hot.
totally stainless steel, and the entire carriage comes out. I'll show you. This entire thing comes out, and you can put that whole thing in the dishwasher,
dishwasher, yeah.
and it's made entirely of stainless steel. Doesn't look to be any plastics or any regular steel. Even all of the hardware is stainless steel.
Yeah.
This has all been, like, I assume, laser or water cut. I'd have to ask Northfire, but really good job, just quality-wise. You know, I'm a guy who makes stuff for a living, especially I work with metal. I'm a metal fabricator. And to recreate something like this, there's no way that I could make something like this for $500.
No way.
You could never, I mean, you know, I mean, this
It's the time alone,
this is
so yeah,
laser and
right.
laser etched and all the cutting and the stickers and the regulator. It's got a self-starter back there. I didn't show how that works. I mean, you can go to Inferno's website and you can see their YouTube, and they show the basic functionality of how this stuff works. But, you know, if I wasn't wearing these gloves, I would not be liberally touching this. I got a little blackened on this. Man, it's getting a little dark out here. It's kind of weird. But
I think it looks great.
yeah, no, I think they're fine. I think those are going to finish cooking just, yeah, that, oh wow, that's 109 degrees. Yeah, 105, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. So we'll throw these over. They'll residually cook in our pile of vegetables and keep them warm. You want to do those lamb chops?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. So these are all seasoned up nice. Oh.
Now, actually, probably a trick we should, you know what, let's save those for later.
Yeah.
Now, a trick we should probably do, here, watch this. I'm going to take these off. I'm going to put this grill on the top rack.
Get that thing blazing hot, so when you put it on there, you'll get a nice sear.
Now
from the
notice
bottom.
I've taken the extra tray and putting it here. As I'm pulling in and out, I'm getting drippy drips, and it's catching all that. But I want to get that plate super duper hot, okay? Then when we drop those on, You're going to hear that sizzle sound that makes all
your
cooks
grill marks.
excited. Yeah. And matter of fact, I might even throw a little of this oil on there because I don't want them to stick. And that's going to make it smoke a little too.
If you really wanted to sear the sides of that, you could pull that out and just kind of roll it on
You
the
could.
sides. You could do that if you want to go that extra mile. But the sear on that, I am so blown away. I cannot believe that beautiful, crust. That just, salt, pepper.
I mean, I might have
look at that.
overcooked it just a tiny bit,
No,
but I love a little
look at that.
blackened.
Beautiful. That's gorgeous. And the searing, like you said earlier, keeps the juices in. And also, it's flavor. That sear is going to add so much caramelization, so much flavor
Oh
to
yeah,
these steaks.
It's one of the reasons I don't scrape the grill down to bare metal and clean it. I want that blackened on there like an old lodge skillet.
Yeah, the patina. It's called patina.
The patina.
You want that patina, you bet.
I used to date patina.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I knew her as well. I think we all did.
All right, this thing is hot, hot, hot. Look, it is literally on fire hot.
And that is a very high
The
temp
pepper
oil,
is on.
so-
Now let's
I'm
listen.
going to put it on the inside. Look at
That's
that.
what I wanted. Hey now.
Look at that. I'm going to put the timer on.
Now,
Let's see here.
of course, this is lamb. Lamb needs to be at least 140 to, it's red meat.
We like it. I like it medium rare. Yeah.
130.
His wife Rachel she loves lamb. So actually,
Well,
I brought
Rachel,
these over,
you haven't seen a whole lot of her in my videos, but she was on my TV show Screen Machines, and she's paleo. So she eats meat for a living. She's on the board of directors of Paleo Effects down in Austin. So
certified trainer. She has all the different.
Yeah,
types
she's
of
a
cheese.
certified trainer. She has every certification there is to be certified. Mostly certified in Bob Love right here.
That's right.
So, man, these are already, they're literally,
We're at 28 seconds now.
I got to check on them because,
Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. These
Wow.
1 minute. These are gonna be perfect.
well, there's literally fire in there.
Wow, look at that. Beautiful. Look at that. That is what I'm talking about. That's a broil. That's a true broil. Yes.
All right, I'm going to flip it. I know you probably have the timer going, but I'm going to. Those are going to be awesome. And then just for fun, I'm going to cook this other steak. I'm going to eat it later. It's going to be awesome.
Wow. Wow. Look at that.
So they're right at about 100 degrees. What do you think?
That's a beautiful sear. Turn them over one more time here. I think, yeah, these go just a little bit longer.
They're on fire, so.
I think that's right. Let's go ahead and put it in that tray right there. I want to put it in the raw, where the raw stuff
Well, I can put it in there with the vegetables.
goes. Okay, okay.
I don't mind mixing a little lamb with my steak.
Cool.
All right,
now, that was a whole rack of lamb. Are you going to try the strip, or do you want to try these little lamb chops and see how fast they cook?
Well, I'm going to heat up the plate.
Okay.
I don't know if the Inferno mentioned heating up the plate. This is what I'm doing.
Right. Well, it's a great culinary technique. I mean,
Yeah.
it just makes sense. It does make sense.
Well, I mean, if I'm a big fan of like Gordon Ramsay. I mean, he will bite your head off if you try to put food into a cold pan.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Got to have it hot. Got to have it sizzling. It has. If you don't go when it happens, you did it wrong.
It does two things. First of all, it sears all the flavor and all that. Second, it prevents it from sticking. Because when all the pores of that metal are tight, when it's super hot like that, it's going to prevent it from sticking.
We can do these lamb chops just since they're handy if you want.
I mean,
And I like how it's like on fire. So hold on just a second.
all right, ready?
Let me get this thing there. There we go.
Yeah. Beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah. Can't ask for more.
I literally think these will take a minute.
Seriously, you got to have these gloves. There's a reason why.
He's obsessed with these gloves. I love
No,
it.
because look at the heat coming out of this thing. My face is like melting off being next to this thing. I am covered in sweat. My pants are wet.
Hey, Bob, what happened to your beard, by the way?
I had hair at the beginning of this. No. I have bat wings. That's what I'm trying to say. It is so hot. I can predict I'm going to be enjoying this for a long time. I mean, first of all, I just want to talk about the build quality of this thing. It's super high. Everything is just metal. There's a brass fitting on the back of here, which, by the way, the gas line just simply screws on there. So if for any reason this gas line were to fail, like if it were to get cut or melt or break or crack from age, you could go buy another one and just screw it on. It costs you like $20.
The sound, the sizzle, the smell. I mean, this is absolutely amazing.
And these, I think, are probably done because,
smelled it.
I mean, these things are so small, and they were already.
I'd say 30 more seconds.
Okay.
Low char, sit. But these, I think, a minute on each side. This would be perfect. This would be.
Well, they're going to residually keep cooking in there.
Yeah, sure. And with lamb chops, you don't want to overcook them. You want to have them a little bit medium rare. Because if you overcook them, they get tough and real gamey, and that's not what you're looking for.
Now, what do you think about doing maybe a wood plank and salmon in here?
Now, if you're going to do that, you definitely want to soak that wood plank before. You want to pre-soak it. You're still going to get a little residual flavor from the cedar, but if you put a cedar plank in there, that bad boy will catch on fire. This thing is too hot. It is amazing, but it's hot. So if you're going to do that, I would say soak it. White wine, water, whatever.
Well, you know, maybe that's what this, they got this little tray here. If you wanted to do a whitefish, you could turn the temperature down. It doesn't have to be 15 degrees. Right. But if you wanted to throw a trout or a cod or something, or, you know,
little
whatever.
Butter, a little white wine.
Butter and garlic.
Onion, absolutely. Boom. I mean, it'll cook just like that.
I can even imagine, you know.
Just the versatility of this piece of equipment is, I mean, mind-blowing. I'm just thinking of all the things that I could do with this, and I mean,
I was just thinking about a little garlic butter and shrimp, large shrimp laid out on this thing, and get that crust on them.
Oh yeah, with all the different trays and all the, I mean, levels. There's just so much you could do with it.
Well, hell, you could use this tray. You could do little flambe desserts in there. Sure. You could do a creme brulee in there, probably.
Are you kidding me? Of course you could. Creme brulee.
How about a French onion soup?
You have to melt that cheese on top.
Yeah, you could get a nice stoneware piece of bowl,
a crock,
a little crock, you know, and put the cheese in there and the onion. This thing is on fire.
Yeah, now it's burning off the vegetable. I mean, all the animal fat.
Well, the fat and the pepper and all that stuff, which is what I wanted, because when I put this steak on here,
oh yeah,
bang. And actually, I could. Well, I'm going to leave it right there. All right, this is our last steak. Man,
it's like I'm blown away.
I can't wait to eat that. I can't. We're gonna take it inside here in a minute. We're gonna slice one of these. I've got some badass Wusthof knives. We're gonna slice these into paper thin slices, and we're gonna really show it off. Let's see what's going on with this. Ooh. Hey now, come on, people now. Smile on your brother. The steak is gonna be awesome. Can't find another.
Look at the grill marks in that.
Wow.
You see that? Look at those beautiful grill marks. Back in the pool, kid.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Look at that.
Woo. Dude, the char on this, the char on that is sick, dude.
Wow. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. This is like food porn. That crust was so deep I couldn't hardly punch through it. All right, we're done. We're done with that one. We're done with the steaks. All right, so this entire carriage just comes right out of here. Now, if I didn't have these gloves on, I would never do this. You would die. I'm going to take the whole thing in, put it in the sink, put it in the dishwasher, clean it. When this thing cools, I'll wipe it down, and wow, I'm sweating.
You definitely want to do that.
Hot.
It's hot, so it's going to throw off.
Oh, it's hot.
Oil, but you know what?
It's an inferno, dude. It's hot.
Easy wipe down. This bad boy's ready to go.
You grab that. Is that too hot to carry?
Nah, I got
you know what? I got the gloves.
Oh, you got the gloves. All right.
And I'll carry it in. We're gonna go cut this stuff up. Okay, so we've got some of these. We got these lamb chops. Got a sirloin.
Tenderloin.
This is one of these nice little fillets. Oh my God, that's amazing. All right. You know, I'll let you cut this.
All right.
You need a fork. You want to use those tongs?
I'll use these tongs right here. So what you want to do? Typically, you want to go against the grain, because if you go with the grain, it'll, you know, even a real tender steak could end up being a little bit chewy. So I like to cut it on an angle like that. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, medium rare. That's gorgeous. And you know, you don't want to trim all the fat off. There's a lot of flavor in that fat.
Yeah. Go ahead. Wow. Getting a close up of this. That is. Now, some people, they don't like their steak that rare. I will. Now, here, this is what's going to happen next. Let's try this right here.
Mm-hmm. How about that? It's a money shot.
Oh, man.
Call that the money shot. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Nice sear.
Mm.
All right. You're making me jealous here.
The sear. A lot of flavor in the sear. Yeah?
Perfect. Wow. Mm.
Yeah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Bang. Oh, my God. That Wow. I don't know if I'm going to make it to the plate. I don't think I'm going to make it to dinner. And honestly, I kind of almost wish the steak was thinner because there's that pepper, the peppercorn. Also, by the way, I didn't talk about my seasoning. I use a coarse pink Himalayan salt that I grind on there. I don't like to use regular table salt. And then I have a little peppercorn medley that I put, and I like to do it real coarse so that you really crunch into those. I got to pull another one of those. I can't help it.
I love the empties.
Here, let me get one. Yeah. Oh, you get the end. Oh, you sucker.
That's called Chef Prerogative.
Holy shit, that's good.
No.
Yeah, that right there. That little blackened spot, that's gold. Well, first of all, look, you got to start with a good piece of meat. You throw some crappy Walmart steak on there, it's not going to be good.
Well, if you're going to do that, you need to marinate it. If you're going to marinate it for a long period of time, that's how you tenderize it and add more flavor. But if you're a traditionalist like Bob and myself, seriously, salt,
God, so
pepper, good technique, that's all you need.
And I got to tell you, the marbling was really key in this one. But also, what I'm noticing that's different than any other steaks I've ever done is the heat. It brought out the flavor of the pepper that my grill has never done. Right. I can't get that in the oven. I can't get that on my flat grill. Right. The pepper.
It's really coming through. And it's not burnt. It doesn't taste burnt.
It's not hot and spicy.
It's just
bang flavor, like
robust.
Nothing but salt and pepper. It's
robust.
I got a little end piece right there.
There you go.
Oh, the pepper is so good. You know what it reminds me of is like when you get a really good pepper beef jerky.
Oh yeah.
And there's something about the aging of it with the pepper.
Sure.
Because I'm feeling the pepper.
And it's not burnt. It didn't scorch it. Didn't burn it. It's just absolutely. It's just beautiful.
But it goes all the way through. It burned it all. Wow. Well, good job, Inferno.
Good job, guys.
And good job, Joey and Videobob, because we made this good. I'm calling dibs on this filet. We're going to plate this. We're going to eat it. Our recommendation is 100% thumbs up for this thing.
My mind is blown.
If you're a steak, some of you guys are going to be like, $500, are you out of your good star mind? I can go down to Kmart and get myself one of those char grillers for $19.95. This ain't for you. People watch my channel. They watch it because they're interested in the luxury lifestyle that we live. We like tour buses. We like Rolls Royce cars. We like fine collectible cars and watches and even nice knives and things like that. So my customer base are guys that they can afford to spend a little extra money. And, other people, maybe you're watching, you can't afford it, and you're just going to have to come over to my house and have a steak.
There you go. Or save up.
But for my customers that have a little bit higher taste and they really want the best, well, this is it, guys. This is the best. Other than getting, Gordon Ramsay and a salamander to come over to your house, this is the best. So
look at this. This is absolutely picture perfect, restaurant quality, and you can do it at your home.
Oh, and I'm going to get this little mushroom here and this onion.
There you go.
And I'm not even going to mess around. Look at that.
Look at
it.
It's got a little
going for it.
Paleo sandwich, as Rachel would call it. How about that?
Woo! Yeah.
Wow. I'm jealous.
Oh, the mushroom and the onion.
Killing.
It's nice and sweet. That pepper, I can't get over that pepper. And the salt.
Look at this.
Well, let's stop making this video and eat.
Let's do it.
I want to eat.
Congratulations, Inferno.
I want a face full of this.
Wow.
No. Holy shit, that's good.